We just finished reading Roundhouse this week, and wow, that ending. I mean, I liked it, but at the same time, I hate it so much. It, I don't know. Just the fact that I'm constantly rooting for this kid the whole freaking book. Yeah, I know the characters can't hear me, but at the same time in my head, I'm just like, don't do that, do that, don't do that, do that, even though he didn't. And then, his logic, like, oh, I'm a minor, so I won't be tried. I'll be tried as a minor, not as an adult. And then, everybody gets to the least amount of punishment. And it's like, no, you're an idiot. Okay, my dad. Here's why. My dad works in juvenile probation, so he basically works at juvie. He's a correctional officer. He's helping kids out who have gone down bad roads, and he works, back where I'm from, and he just helps kids out. And most of these kids, they don't think like that. Like these kids are troubled. They've been through. They don't have good parents, if they have parents at all. And it's like you don't want to be around that. Like, if you know anything about correctional justice systems for the youth, you wouldn't ever think to do anything like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it has to do with him being on a reservation. Maybe the laws are a little bit different there, but I don't see how they could be. Because as far as I know, federal law is the top dog. Reservation law goes below federal law, so they can't outrank that. They can only the only time they can sort of outrank them is when they're on their own reservation, but even then they have to hold the standards to federal law. So why would you ever want to do that? Like, it's just it was a frustrating ending, but I still thought it was a good ending. I don't know, especially when you think that they find that girl's body, and then technically they would have enough evidence, I'm pretty sure, to, or at least all the evidence they needed to put him away for good. Like, just if he would have just been patient and sat and waited for things to turn up and hadn't tampered with so many things and had talked to the police about it, the proper authority has been like, hey, guys, look at this. He wouldn't have had to kill anybody, and they wouldn't have had to go on that stupid road trip and roll the car over and kill their friends. I was just, it was a crazy story, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Um, wow. Is this ending? I hate it so much, but at the same time, I love it. I don't know why. It's this was a good book. This is probably going to be one of my favorite books the whole semester. This and the movie and probably Winter's Bone right now. Those are my top ones so far. Maybe this next book will be just as good or better, but man, that ending. Ugh. Yeah. Other than that, we talked about that. We did lit circles. Um, Trying to think. That's really what we talked about. What I just talked about there in our lit circles. How frustrating the ending was. Not as many people liked it as I did. Not as many people as I did liked it, but I just really liked it, even though it was incredibly frustrating. We talked a little more about the Indian type law stuff that we talked about last time. Um, yeah. Other than that, I think that covers everything.